Have you ever wondered what it's like to live in one of our Cape Coral neighborhoods? Well, I've pulled 4 houses, one in each of the quadrants, to give you a good representation of what you can expect when moving to Cape Coral. All right, let's jump right in. Hey guys, this is Chelsea Robinson from Gather Home Group with Keller Williams Fort Myers and the Islands. I am on my way out right now to go tour 4 houses in Cape Coral. Now I've selected 4 houses in each of the quadrants, 1 in each quadrant, 4 total, and it's a really good representation of what houses in that neighborhood look like. It's also going to be all at the same price point. So I've selected $500,000 or right around $500,000 homes, and I'd love to hear what you guys think about each quadrant. Now the southeast house is obviously going to look like things that are general representation of the area. There's definitely lots of variation in Cape Coral because we sell our houses or lots, lot by lot by lot. You could have a house in the southeast that's brand spanking new, or you could end up with one in the 60s or 70s. So this is kind of a general idea of what you can expect in each of those neighborhoods at the $500,000 price point. And it also gives you an idea of what $500,000 will buy you here. All right, let's head on to the first one. All right, guys, I have you at our very first stop today. We are in the southeast quadrant over near Country Club Boulevard. And this house I picked because it's particularly special. Let's jump right in. All right, welcome to 206 Southeast 34th Terrace. Now this one has actually only been on the market for 1 day and he is getting lots of showings. I'm gonna show you why. For starters, we've got really great yard here, but it is Gulf access. It is a pool house and it is also listed at $499. So it is pretty well priced. I don't think I've got anything else that is Gulf access right now under $500,000. So it's pretty special. Now this one is 1,790 square feet. It is listed by my friend Justin O'Hara. He is over with Premier Plus Realty, and so thank you, Justin, for letting us go ahead and tour this one today. Really cute landscaping, right? Now it is a little dated, and so that's one reason why it is the price that it currently is. It is hard to find a pool house in this neighborhood. But that's actually that's not really part of the reason why I picked it. I mean, I do think that being on the Gulf is pretty special, and I do think being able to find a pool home is pretty special. But I also picked it because this floor plan is pretty common, or at least variations of this floor plan is pretty common. This one is built in 1976, and the Southeast Cape is going to be our oldest neighborhood for Cape Coral. And so we are gonna find ones like this that may have been owned by originally, you know, or had long-term occupants in it. And so they may need some work, but overall it's been very well maintained. Master. It's got a slider out, which is nice. It does have an ensuite. Hi. Shower. Toilet area. Closet. Built-ins. But this split floor plan is actually a pretty common floor plan. We had a particular builder here whose name, of course, is escaping me in the moment, but he built lots of these. So you've got this open, or this like living space side, dining space side over here. The kitchen is like right in the center of the house, and then you've got the rest of the house on the other side. So there's this pretty common floor plan. I have seen this wall completely come out, and I've seen like this kitchen be opened up before. My assistant, I'm actually gonna come in through this way. My assistant has this floor plan and they opened it up and have a, like a crazy large island here. So there's lots of things you can do with it. I've seen this hall closet here be used as a pantry for the kitchen. And like I said, I have seen variations of this. Most often I would say that this is actually squared off and not a diagonal wall. Often it has a peninsula, like a slight peninsula here instead of fitting this island. And I think because they brought this wall out on this particular version, you end up with the actual pantry in there and enough space for the island, which is just one of the variations that we see. A little pass through. I do like how they've been able to carry through, like that's all built-in cabinetry is great. At $499 too, this is coming turnkey. So everything here is staying, all the glassware and the cabinets and stuff, that's all staying. Now, some of the variations I do see of this floor plan, oh, hey, look, that's pretty cute. It's got the little things inside the island. And it's on the other side too. Awesome. Sorry, I get easily distracted. One of the variations I see about this is where like this room ends up being more like long ways and then you end up with the guest bedrooms on the other side. There's usually, I've seen this as a three bedroom like this is. I've also seen this as a 4-bedroom where it's got like 1, 2, 3, like a long bedroom down there. I've seen it with a den here. I've seen it with the dining space like this one. And so there's a lot of variations on this, but it's kind of same general gist. Got a closet here. And then it goes bedroom, bathroom, bedroom. Now, I do not expect this house to stay long on the market, even though it does need some updating. At $500,000, they have definitely priced it to sell quick. And when I talked to the agent, like I said, he is definitely getting some traction on it. He's had several requests for showings. So good for him. Anybody who's saying that there aren't buyers buying in Florida right now are completely inaccurate, because we actually have year-over-year growth. This is a huge bedroom. Like, this is master bedroom sized. But we have year-over-year growth in buyers being here. We just don't have year-over-year growth in prices at the moment because our buyers are being very discerning. We have a lot of inventory right now and they are able to do so. Nice big patio, all under truss. These actually are a type of hurricane shutter. Sounds like a weird one on an angle, but like they just like basically like accordion over and then they lock with a little locking key here. So, and it's actually really great that these are under the truss, because that way you get to use this space to hold all of your patio stuff in instead of bringing it into your house or into your garage when storms happen. But look at this. I mean, the pool's in great shape and you've got that view. And this patio area is huge. This is really where you're going to be living, right? Let's go take a look at the dock. You have a dock for this price. Sometimes when I see lower priced ones that are on market with that are lower with market with like this sort of stuff, you find that maybe it's just a seawall and the dock isn't in here, but this dock is Trex docking. It's all in really good shape. We're here at the end of the canal too, so you don't have a lot of traffic. Look at this landscaping. This landscaping is beautiful. And again, a big thanks to Justin O'Hara for letting me show this to you guys. And then you would take that to go on out to the Gulf. Now, something I do want to explain to you guys is that, like, if you look around the neighborhood, you're going to find lots of different ages of the houses around here. I mean, we do have our Cape lots sell lot by lot by lot. So even though this house that I'm in right now is from the 1970s, the house next door might be from 2001 or 2000. We had a big boom like the early 2000s, 2004, 2006. So looking around here, you can see that there's different ages to the different homes in the area. All right, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this one. Like I said, this is pretty indicative of homes in the area. Again, you can find various looking ones. You could find new construction still in Southeast Cape, but you're gonna find overall Southeast Cape neighborhoods to be a little bit more on the older side. But rarely are you going to find water and pool at this price. So let me know what your thoughts are, and let's go head on to house number 2. All right, guys, so I have just arrived to house number 2. We are now in the southwest quadrant. We're at 2136 Southwest 11th Court. This one's gonna be furnished. It is gonna be over 2,200 square feet, 2237, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, built in 2003. Now I'm gonna swing around the camera before we go in. Bear with me just one. And I wanna show you what this neighborhood looks like. We are actually over near Palmetto Pines Golf Course, which is one of the local golf courses, probably one of the more popular. I think it's open to the public. Don't quote me on that one, but I'm pretty sure it's open to the public. Right behind that house is gonna be where the golf course is. So we're in a neighborhood just over by that. And I just want to point out, we're really looking at, mostly in this area, is going to be construction from like early 2000s and up. So after they went over to the southeast and they started building the southeast, and then they came back here and they started moving their way west. So this is built in 2003 and it's pretty common for 2003. So I thought that I would select this one to kind of show you what a house over here looks like. Now this one is currently listed by my friend Nate Wright over at Viibe Realty. He is awesome and he allowed me to use his listing. That's listed at $499,750. This is a good sized house. Got a really open entryway here. And then we've got these 2 rooms on the side. This one's gonna be your dining room because it's connected to the kitchen. Currently have it with a love seat. And then this is going to be like, well, they're using it as a game room, which is a good use for it, but it could be an office, it could be a sitting room, it could be playroom if you've got small children. They've got it as a game room. And I am pretty confident, and I'll have to ask Nate for sure, but I'm pretty confident that this is actually an Airbnb that's being sold. It does say that it's being sold furnished, and there are just kind of little telltale signs that this is currently used as an Airbnb. So in this one, whereas the kitchen was off looking out into the backyard, this one is actually centralized. So all your living space is here in the center of the house. These look like Corian counters, stainless steel appliances. I don't think the last house I ever made it into the garage. Let's make sure we go into this one. Pretty typical garage. All right, so we have split floor plan again. Our master bedroom is going to be over there. And then we've got bedroom and pool bath here and bedrooms here. So I'm gonna head, I'm gonna go ahead and head over to the master first. Here's your bathroom. Here's the bedroom. Looks like you've got a walk-in closet. possibly potentially previous. You can kind of see where the brackets are from an old storage racks. And a really great size bathroom. I do notice often with these 2000 houses, you're going to have separate shower and tub, and you're gonna have a pretty good size primary room. That was pretty popular. Now, like I mentioned before, we did have a building boom start in the early 2000s. So you're gonna find like 2001 to 2006, there was quite a bit of building going on. This is bedroom 2. And if we didn't think it was a vacation house before, it's hard to not think that it isn't one now. Everything's okay because I'm on vacation. Here's hall closet and the littlest of the bedrooms, bedroom 4, which they have staged as an office / guest room. Bathroom, and it does have the adjoining door to the pool area, which is awesome because nobody wants wet feet coming through their house when they've spent the day in the pool. All right, huge patio area. And we've got the pool and more patio area on the other side. Now, this fence here is actually a removable fence. It fits in, so, you know, when you need it up to protect from littles or maybe elderly dogs who are prone to falling in, you can just keep it up, and then if you want to take it down for the day, you just unhook it here. So I can do this. And then it slides in and out of these holes, and you can just roll it right up. So now the typical lot in Cape Coral is going to be just right around 10,000 square feet. And majority of lots are going to be pretty uniform in size. Sometimes you'll have them going up 15,000 feet, but they typically go up in 5,000 foot increments. This is a standard lot, and with an oversized house, it does take away some of your yard space. So keep in mind the yard ends about where that pole is, or let's see, probably see a little bit better here. You know, we're probably about 10 feet from the lines. And so there's not a lot of yard, and that may be good for some people. Maybe they don't want to maintain the yard, but others who are looking for more yard, just keep in mind the big patio space and the big house space is going to equal to little, I thought I unlocked this. Oh, I did, this side. Little room for your outdoor space. All right, so that's house number 2. What's up next? Next, let's head on. I want to let you guys decide. Do you think we're headed to the northwest or the northeast next? Go ahead and stay tuned, and I will see you guys there. All right, guys, I am at house number 3. We headed to the Northwest Cape. And before I go show you the inside, which I just unlocked, I thought I'd show you the outside and kind of talk about this neighborhood a little bit. So Northwest Cape is actively growing. It is got a lot of variance to it right now. Some of the interior neighborhoods, you're gonna find a little bit more of an affordable price point, and then as you get over to the water, some of that water is luxury and it can get into the multi-millions. So I'm gonna put this up. There's a lot of development going on over here in the Northwest Cape. We've got several parks that are currently being developed by the city. There is going to be Hudson Creek is like 3,000 houses that they're planning with like medical center, and there's a conference center going in at the 7 Islands project. So there's a lot of development going on over here, which means there's a lot of speculation going on over here, which means that it's a great place to park some equity for the future. The neighborhood that I'm standing in at the moment for this house, which is going to be listed at $492,500, we're just right under the 500,000 mark, is going to be right, well, this street specifically is on the golf course. So Coral Oaks Golf Course is owned by the city. They do lots of things. The reindeer run in December is over here. They just did a jazz festival in April, I want to say, March. And so they do run several of the community events in the area, and this one is alongside the backside of it. Its backside's got a lot of trees. So I'm not quite sure where that fits into the golf course off the top of my head. Let me turn around the camera. So there's a lot of development going on over here, and because of us being near the golf course, you can kind of see the golf course back behind that house right there in the end. There's a lot of mixture. Like this house is probably, I'm gonna guess, in the early 2000s, and then you've got new construction, and kind of going up, maybe that's that looks like a 2017, 2018 house. The one I'm going to be showing you is brand new construction. You can also see that we've got a lot more lots available over here. Like all of that's still undeveloped. This across the street is all still undeveloped. So you can kind of get an idea of when I'm talking about how it went lot by lot by lot in the southeast. You can kind of see that, right? And so we're going lot by lot now in the northwest. This is a very modern style that's starting to come in here. Also, before I go inside, I do want to point out this part of town is still on well and septic, and they've actually got it open still for the drain field to install their septic system. The city of Cape Coral does plan on going over on assessments, and like they're going local community, like neighborhood by neighborhood, to install the sewer and water system. Look at this entry, it's so tall. And this is something that we are right now seeing from builders, are these really tall entryways on the new construction. I lost my train of thought. I'm sure I'll watch back this video and be like, oh yeah, I should probably tell you about that. And when I do say that, I will put it in the comments so that you guys can know where I was going. So that, before I move on though, this house is going to be 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,800 square feet. Like I said, $492,500, brand new construction by Whitestone Developments. I do like, I'm seeing the tray ceilings is a touch that we're seeing through all the luxury. We are seeing a lot of new construction, the higher entries in the foyer, and even these lower ceilings aren't really lower. They look like they're probably 9'4" ceilings. Don't quote me on that because obviously I don't have a tape measure out, but that's what it looks like to me. Mine are 9'4", that looks like mine, so. Kitchen's beautiful. I love the gray cabinets. I like that they added the pendants. A lot of times with new construction, you don't actually get your light fixtures in. Now this is being sold as a spec home, so they have gone ahead and put some of these in. You've got the dining room chandelier and your pendant lights and your one in the foyer. And this is 1,800 square feet, but they fit a lot in the 1,800 square feet. There's your laundry space. I like these floors a lot. This is another design trend that we're seeing a lot of at the moment. Behind the door here is your pantry space. Show that before I go out. So this is gonna be like your kitchen pantry. It's kind of tucked back off the kitchen. And then here's your garage. Those are hurricane shutters. Does say shutter protection. This door definitely looks like a hurricane rated door. Now this listing is being provided by Chip Lawrence. He's also with Keller Williams like me, and if you saw my video with the I think it's $2.3 million, $2.2 million, $2.3 home not too long ago, the Boater's Dream home, that was also his listing. So thank you, Chip, for allowing me to take a tour through some of your houses. We've got double closets here. You know, I hear them always say that this is the his side for his and hers, but I've got some clients whose men have more clothes than the women. So I'd love to hear if that's similar to your household. In my household, I would have the bigger one. Here is the separate toilet room. Now again, also in bathroom trends, you will notice that this is very laid out different than the early 2000s. You've got a separate commode area and there's no tub. A lot of builders have started to remove that tub. We do have the double shower with those rain shower heads though. So this side, You've got like your controls and your bench. On the side, controls and bench. And that shower head up there is your shower head. And then you've got double vanities on each side. It's like a vanity into vanity, into vanity, into vanity, into vanity. Or like Willy Wonka's little hallway thing, right? It just keeps going. Yeah, they packed a lot into 1,800 square feet. There's some really nice design choices. They did go with a carpet in the bedrooms. I see that from big builders too. Like for example, D.R. Horton, they do all carpet in bedrooms unless it's still without a truss when you purchase it, in which case then they go ahead and allow you to do an upgrade to add tile into the rest of the house. And if you wanted to take out the carpet and add in tile afterwards, that's entirely doable. And this is bedroom 4. So that was bedrooms 2, 3, and 4, all of which with closets and ceiling fans in all of them. And they share that hall bathroom there that I completely talked through. Now, what is unusual is a lot of times builders in this price point do not include pools. So that is a huge perk for the $500,000 price point for new construction. I'm not getting that door open. Let me try this one. Yeah, there we go. I thought I set one. Patio area, before I walk away, patio area. Here's the truss. So just kind of give you a overview. I do love the triple slider. That's pretty awesome. And also, heads up, that spa is a huge upgrade. I met with one of the custom builders not too long ago, and he was quoting about $25,000 for one of those spas. So that's pretty awesome that they've got that. Not only do they have the pool, but they also have the spa. And then you're backing up to part of the wilderness of the golf course. So it's like you've got golf course, but not golf course, but you also know that nobody's gonna be building back there, so that's pretty cool too. So new construction, we've got new construction now, adding to the mix. Now it's very unlikely that you're gonna find new construction under 500,000 in the Southwest and Southeast. One part of that is because there is very little of it available, just simply there's a lack of lots, which doesn't make it, I mean, it's all been developed already, right? So there's gonna be a little less new construction. It's there, it's just less. And because of that, it's gonna come at a premium, right? We're a little bit offset from town. We've headed where it's a little bit quieter, and we don't have city water and sewer out here. It is well and septic, and so it's gonna be a little bit more of an affordable price point. I'd have to check and see when this one is scheduled out for its amenities. They do have a list available on the Cape Coral government websites telling you when you can expect amenities to be coming through. And that did change just a few months ago. They updated that list and reprioritized some of the neighborhoods. The most recent assessment that we got, I actually was on the last assessment list on my previous home, and it was about $36,000. So keep that in mind. If you don't have the money to pay for your assessment right out the gate though, you can add it to your tax bill, and then they just bill you for like the next 20 years for your portion. So it just increases your taxes every year. But you don't have to come up with it right away. If you do come up with it right away, then great, it's a little bit cheaper. So that's part of the options as well. Just keep that in mind. But you do get a little bit more bang for your buck. And this is a growing area, so a lot of people are considering investing in this part of town. All right, ready for the last one. Northeast Cape, here we go, house number 4. All right, guys, house number 4. We are in Northeast Cape now in an area called Gator Circle. Now, Gator Circle is probably the fastest growing part of Cape Coral right now. there's a ton of builders coming in here, and we've got like some of your big box builders. There's D.R. Horton and Lennar are building in here. Christopher Allen is building in here. LGI, although I think they're now called Terrata Homes. I'm not really sure if they just broke into 2 divisions or what their story is at the moment. But anyway, and then lots of like smaller builders, like regionals builders. Coston, I think, is in here. There's a lot of different opportunities in Gator Circle. Majority of Gator Circle is going to be dry lot, which is going to put it at a more affordable price point. But there is some freshwater canals that are going through here. And so I have picked another new construction right here. Now this new construction is a smaller builder, and they have really done a lot of luxury upgrades, and this one is on freshwater, so you are going to see what the canals look like around here. But before we go in, as usual, let's spin around the camera and take a look. See, you can see new construction going in right next door. Again, it is a neighborhood. It's beautiful, and this is an upgraded landscaping package. I can already tell straight off the bat that they've upgraded that, but you can kind of see we still have lots that are available to be built upon. And so because the land is here, there's a lot of development going on. I really like this driveway. I wasn't sure if this was just rock, but it's actually like epoxied in, so it's not budging and going anywhere. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of amenities coming into this area as well from the city, because the city recognizes that this part of town is growing. Another high, super high ceiling. So whereas the Southeast Cape, you're going to be closer to boating and more of the, closer to Fort Myers for sure, closer to amenities. Southwest Cape is going to be a little bit newer and really centralized. Northwest is a lot of equity opportunity, and Northeast is where you can get a lot of bang for buck and be in a part of town that's really growing. I love, 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 love these 4 doors, and I am obsessed with these floors. How gorgeous are these floors? I'm gonna go take a look over at that massive refrigerator and this beautiful kitchen in a minute. But first, let's head into here. We've got 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, new construction. It's 2,010 square feet. All the bedrooms have fans. And something I found really interesting is all of these guest bedrooms, instead of doing closets, they did more like built-in armoires as a closet space. Crown molding is a huge upgrade, and these fans that they chose are also an upgraded fan. I love the mirrors, and you've got a whole ensuite up here, junior ensuite. Tile is gorgeous. Whoops, let me turn on some lights in here for you. There we go. Multi-shower heads. It's beautiful. All right. Then we've got over here is the master. We've got 2 bedrooms on the other side. Here's another bathroom. This is just a little powder room area, but it gives you an option for your guests, which is nice. And here is your primary room. It's overlooking the water. We've got a nice little example for you for layout. I love that it's got a slider out to the patio area. And I really like these gauzy drapes that they did in here and over in the living space. It's an interesting entry into the bathroom area. Oh my gosh, look at this closet. Ah, huge. I love the upgrades. You can see a lot of the design trends, right? These matte black smart mirrors versus one long one, the furniture-like pieces, the no tub. I like the little shelf built in there, the frameless glass, separate commode area is nice. It's kind of its own little hallway though, kind of neat. Wall ovens. Looks, it's like made to look like furniture. Beautiful. Look how huge that is too. Like those are full size refrigerators, freezer, temperature. I love the little knobs. I also want to give a quick thank you to Emmy Bastidas over at Home Prime Realty for letting me showcase her listing today. I really appreciate it. So we've got bedroom 3, shared bathroom, bedroom 4, and like I mentioned, we've got the furniture-like closets. Nice little view. I'm gonna open one of these so you can see. It's like all. We also have more storage over there. 2 different storage closets. Like that's big deal. Actually, I think one of those is the HVAC. Again, upgraded shower. It's beautiful. This is shower. The HVAC is here. And all of this is really tall ceilings too. I'm gonna guess these are the 9-foot floors again. Here's your laundry. These are pulled out. Oh, where's your? Here we go. These are pushed. These are pulled out right now, so they go further back in. They'll be more flush. And the garage. I like that they did the mold work on the garage door. And the other doors, actually. Now that I realize it, it's actually all the other doors too. And you'll notice that there are no hurricane shutters in here. Those are actually hurricane impact windows and doors. Like the light fixtures that they chose. The black and the gold go well with everything they've got going on in here. There isn't a screen and it's not terribly expensive. I had one done not too long ago on a larger space than this and it cost me $1,700. So my guess is it's probably gonna be somewhere around $1,000. Maybe a little bit more, but doubtful. You've got this beautiful view. Now you'll notice there's no seawall. Seawalls are not a requirement for freshwater. Encouraged, but not required. So you can go ahead and have it go straight out to the water like that. And put in your kayak and just go on down, I guess. Look at that view. It'd be so peaceful, wouldn't it? All right, guys, that was house number 4. I want to hear which one was your favorite. Feel free to put that in the comments below. If you want to reach out and ask questions about your move to the area, maybe you're wondering what sort of house is right for you, what sort of neighborhood is right for you, feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to have a conversation. I love getting on Zoom and getting to talk to people, and we dive into the MLS together, and I can send you resources right then and there. But feel free to give me a call. All of my contact information is below. You can also find my 96-page moving guide there, as well as a link to my website that's got a link to the MLS. Also, my schedule can sometimes be erratic when I'm uploading these videos. I'm not only a realtor, but I'm also a mom and a volunteer in my community, and I do help out with lots of organizations, and so it can sometimes make my filming schedule a little bit erratic. I would suggest that if you want to follow along with these, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and that way you don't miss the next one. Also, I do tend to post pretty regularly over on my social media, which is my Facebook and my Instagram. Things that are going on in the area or new things you need to know. There's all sorts of information over there, and I'm much better about posting pretty much daily over there. So feel free to check those out as well. As always, I always appreciate you leaving a comment or hitting that like button, subscribe button, and notification bells. That way you'll be notified when I do drop the next content. And as always, until next time, I wish you much health and happiness.